My name is Roger Holloway, and I'm the Executive Director here at World Bird Sanctuary. Our mission is to preserve birds and their habitats, and we do this through the measures of education, rehabilitation, and conservation. Murphy, our bald eagle, arrived at the World Bird Sanctuary in 1992. He was brought in as part of a reintroduction program. Our staff, in caring for Murphy and coming in and out of the enclosure daily for feeding and cleaning, noticed Murphy staying in one particular area on the ground and not so much on the perch. It was important for us to put up a sign to explain the behavior that people were seeing because people don't come here expecting to see a bald eagle sitting on the ground like a duck. The eaglet arrived at World Bird Sanctuary the first week of April, right after a lot of the bald eagles in the wild nests have hatched, and they're very young and small and downy. The property owners of the area that the eaglet came from would check on this nest because it had been there for many, many seasons. And one morning they went down to check on the nest and looked out in the distance and no nest. The one that became our patient number 23126 was sitting there okay. We saw that Murphy was being still very nesty, and he's faithful to his rock. So instinct would then hopefully carry on where he would respond to a live eaglet. And we had this young eaglet that ultimately needed the care of his own kind. The day that we released the eaglet was one of the more exciting release events we've ever had in the history of the World Bird Sanctuary. People from around the world were calling and asking about this story. When we got to that day, we knew we'd have a lot of people there that had followed it, and we knew that the habitat we were releasing in was really perfect. When Kira, our hospital manager, threw him up in the air, I thought, wow, this is the ultimate happy ending to the story. The eaglet being rescued, Murphy and the eaglet being introduced to one another, the eaglet simply growing up. This is the area where Murphy was supposed to be released as a young eagle. And then watching the eaglet soar up and gain altitude and make a turn and then make a flight across and watching him land and stick the landing, as it were. Well, that's what you do it for. I think people really latched onto this story because everybody really needed it during this whole time. It was a very positive story to follow and learn about, and one that you could really keep optimism that it was going to have a happy ending. This year already, we've released over 150 of our birds that came into the hospital back to the wild. The goal is that we release them back in the area that they came from. There's so many birds here that you're not going to see anywhere else in St. Louis. You're not going to see them anywhere else in the Midwest. There's unique opportunities here for people to learn about the conservation that we're involved in and will be in the future. Many of the people that are here every day working are volunteers. We couldn't do the work that we do without them. They help in all aspects of our mission and support us in the hospital, in helping with our education programs, helping maintain and build facilities, and help feed and care for all the animals that are here on exhibit. Another way to find out quickly about what we do and become involved is to go to our website. That talks about our history, it talks about the mission. It's an opportunity that you can donate. We're a nonprofit organization, so we need recurring donors. You can come in and donate something once a month. However you want to help, it'll make a big difference.